for instance, I said absolutely nothing about the implausible sexual tension between Mercedes and the Kentucky Fried Stripper.
This ship was not smooth sailing. There were holes in the deck, the waves were choppy, and eventually we had to jump into lifeboats because the ship started to sink. I just feel like anyone who was on the voyage with samcedes while the show was airing specifically, we should be entitled to financial compensation.
Look, I'm not down with this background singing nonsense. I'm Beyonce. I ain't no Kelly Rowland.
Okay, look, Mercedes.
Mercedes Jones was introduced to us in the pilot episode of Glee as a vocal powerhouse with a diva attitude. We see her as confident and bold and unafraid to call anyone out, especially with her signature.
Hell to the nah!
As the series goes on, we discover that Mercedes is a lot more sensitive than she initially likes to let on. She is a very caring and sympathetic friend, to the point where she moves in Quinn Fabray into her house during season 1 while she's pregnant after her parents kicked her out. The show, as you would guess, barely mentions this again, and the Quinn-Sadie's friendship just gets swept under the rug, and I mourn it every single day. She's easily one of the best singers in the world, and the show often places her on the back burner because, unfortunately, she's not the main character. Rachel Berry is. And so we have to accommodate for that. The show also weirdly liked to push this narrative that Mercedes was a lazy dancer and performer overall. There's an episode in season 3 where Mercedes is at dance practice, but Rachel Berry isn't. But like, are we supposed to be gagged by the little step touches that Rachel Berry does during the competitions? Like, because I'm not.
Where's Rachel, huh? I don't see her here, being a part of the team.
Rachel practices everything.
No one asked you, Finn.
Will Schuster, you're still on my list, and I'm in your walls. When it came to romance, Mercedes would often like to portray that she was fine without a boyfriend, but we could always see her longing for a relationship. She was longing so badly that in season 1, she develops a crush on none other than Kurt Hummel, who is in fact
Gay.
We got bust the windows out of it, so on some level we kind of have to let it slide, but at the same time it's like Mercedes. She also had a very brief relationship with Puck in season 1, and when I say brief, I mean it literally lasted for a single episode. But Puck Sadie's provided us with 2 things: the lady is a tramp and the boy is mine. Puck only pursued Mercedes because at the time she was on the Cheerios and she had a lot more popularity than he did. Mercedes was very well aware of what Puck was doing, but after admitting that she's never had a guy really want her for any reason, she just goes along with it. Now, I will say, for the 15 minutes that this couple was together, I could see the vision.
You need to leave!
Before you start booing me. When I was younger, I very much like the idea of the bad boy, good girl trope. Do with that information what you will. But I also did like the Puckleberry ship, but that is a story for another day. But yeah, Sam and Puck. What would that crack ship look like?
Dude, your mouth is huge. How many tennis balls can you fit in there?
I don't know. I've never had any balls in my mouth. Have you?
Anyway, Mercedes and Puck had all the tropes going for them. You know, the bad boy, good girl trope, the fake dating trope. The Wattpad story was written in the stars for them, okay? Mercedes does end up quitting the Cheerios, and Puck Sadie's sailboat capsizes after that, and we never hear from them again. But it's okay, because Mercedes can very much do better. And she does.
Hey, everybody. I'm Sam. I am. And I don't like green eggs and ham.
Oh, wow. He has no game.
Sam was introduced to us at the start of season 2 as a new kid with lemon bleached Justin Bieber hair and lips that would inspire the world's greatest heterosexual love song.
It's called Shouty Mouth.
Wait, what's it called?
Trouty mouth.
As the new kid, Sam was trying to find his place in the social hierarchy of McKinley High School. He starts the show relatively quiet and awkward, but he definitely builds up his confidence over time. Sam is also pretty nerdy. Like, he loves comic books, he does celebrity impressions all the time, and he's fluent in Na'vi. My headcanon is that he was definitely first in line for Avatar Way of the Water, and that he has a folder specifically for Jake Sully on his phone. Sam was never the brightest bulb in the room, but he was competent and he was emotionally intelligent. That said, after a while, Sam just kind of started to decline. And what I mean by that is that they basically gave Sam the Cat Valentine treatment. And it was to the point that fans have now started to refer to Sam as either pre-lobotomy Sam or post-lobotomy Sam. It was a rough time. When it comes to romance, the show does often reference the fact that Sam has either kissed and or dated every one of the OG Glee Club girls. To save on time, because the list is long, I'm gonna rapid fire through Sam's relationships really quick. For Brevins, cute, gave us lucky, Quinn cheated on him, 7.5 out of 10. Santana, very short-lived, Santana needed a beard, she left him to fake date Karofsky, 2 out of 10. Graham, cute, not my favorite, but I can see why people like them. Brittany dumps him to go to MIT, 5.5 out of 10. Blam, crack shit, but I see the vision, 5 out of 10. Penny the school nurse, jail. So there's actually like a very small crumb that I noticed that I never see anyone else talk about. It's during the duets episode, specifically when Sam and Quinn are singing Lucky, and it looks like Sam is looking at Mercedes. It's a very blink and you miss it moment. Could Sam have been looking at Santana, who was mean mugging him during that performance? Sure. But I'm nothing if not delusional. We also have this very small moment that I think is just really funny.
And I ask you to hear him out. Thank you.
We punch his face out.
Hey, that's enough, guys.
A couple that fights together stays together, you know what I mean? Samcedes gets their official start during the prom episode.
One night where a guy would look at me under those corny crepe paper streamers and say, "You look so beautiful." Then he grabbed my hand and asked me to dance. Isn't that what prom is supposed to be about?
Because Mercedes and Rachel don't have dates for prom, they decide to come together and ask Sam to be both of their dates.
Kind of like a three-way date, but not the dirty kind.
That sounds great.
Rachel ends up going to prom with King George, so Sam and Mercedes are left with each other and have each other to themselves for prom. And we see Sam do this.
I just wanted to tell you that you look beautiful. Would you like to dance?
I love you.
The next important moment for Sam and Mercedes comes in the finale of season 2. After the New Directions have lost nationals because of Finn and Rachel, I will stay on their necks for that one. Kurt is talking with Blaine about their very avoidable 12th place loss at nationals, and Sam and Mercedes enter. And they both look a little weird. And then we see this.
Do you think they know?
I don't think anybody knows.
Ten-year-old me was living for that moment, so you can imagine her confusion when she watched the season 3 premiere. So we find out that Sam has moved away, mostly because the actor for Sam Cordover Street left the show for a little while. So Mercedes has a new man. I would like to take this moment to say that Shane was a very good boyfriend to Mercedes. He was motivating, he was supportive. His only flaw really was a lack of screen time. It kind of makes you wonder what would have happened with Mercedes and Shane if Sam never came back. I guess we'll never know. In episode 8, Rachel and Finn make it their mission to bring Sam back to the New Directions because they've lost a few members. Yeah, Mercedes got fed up with being on the back burner, and it's her senior year, so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own Glee club. She takes Santana and Brittany with her, and they form the Treble Tones, and thank God they did. We get some of the best Glee covers from the Treble Tones, I gotta say. So thank you, Mercedes Jones. Will Schuster, I'm still in your walls, and I'm getting closer. They find Sam in Kentucky, specifically at a strip club, where he is in fact a dancer. We don't have time to unpack all of that. It's Glee. We're going to keep moving. Sam does eventually return to McKinley High, and Because he is a magnet, he immediately finds Mercedes in the hallway and makes a very bold, very loud declaration.
I don't care how big or bad your boyfriend is. I'm gonna fight to get you back.
That is where 10-year-old me sat up in her chair and locked in. Sam makes good on his promise for sure. He joins the God Squad, which is the Christian club that Mercedes is a part of. He joins the synchronized swimming team because he thinks being on a sport will impress her, and that was the only one left available. And while this is happening, we can see that Mercedes is trying to ignore her feelings, but it's becoming more and more difficult for her as time goes on. In the episode Yes, No, while the New Directions are trying to help Mr. Shu come up with a proposal for Miss Pillsbury, the guidance counselor, the girls perform The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. I gotta say that there is a cover of that song with Hosier and Barbra Streisand, and it sounds extraordinarily random. They sound so good on that song. Tap into that. So we see flashbacks of the girls seeing their partners for the very first time. And we know who Mercedes is supposed to see. And it only gets messier from there. The MJ tribute episode, Sam texts Mercedes to come to the auditorium. We see him standing on the stage with a guitar in hand, the band on standby, and the lights set up so that they spell out Mercedes' name. This is one of those moments in Glee where I look at the department and I'm like, they're always hurting for money, but then they do things like that. Like they have lights that look like that and you're telling me you're hurting for money still? And then we get one of the greatest Glee covers to ever come out of this show. I don't want to be dramatic, but this song changed my life. Human Nature. What can I say about Human Nature that hasn't already been said? It's beautiful. If you haven't listened to the entire song, go ahead and get into that. Breaking up a couple that sounds like that together, I think should result in a little bit of jail time. Like just a little bit, you know? There's got to be some kind of punishment for that. So the song ends, they get caught up in the moment, and they kiss for what I assume is their first on-screen kiss. I assume they kissed during the summer. We don't really know what happened during the summer with Sam and Mercedes. All that tells me is that there's probably some really fire fanfics about Sam and Mercedes summer. I keep imagining them as Danny and Sandy, honestly, just at the beach. Speaking of, Human Nature and Summer Nights are the only official duets that Sam and Mercedes get together. Once again, I feel like that should be punishable. Someone needs to sit in jail for that. So the next episode, Mercedes and Sam decide to go to couples counseling together, which I find really hilarious because they are not officially in a relationship. And Shane is just walking around school having no clue what's going on. His girlfriend is in couples counseling with another man.
Mm-hmm. So you're a two-timing hoe.
So you're dating a two-timing hoe.
Right? They get your attention.
I must suggest that Sam and Mercedes don't talk for the rest of the day. They can really figure out what their hearts and their minds are trying to tell them. The official Glee Club assignment is to sing in Spanish. And Sam and Mercedes use that as a loophole to communicate with each other because they simply cannot help themselves.
Your doctor said you weren't supposed to talk. He didn't say I couldn't say. Well, all right.
When I say these two are the worst cheaters in the world, like Chris Martin would call these two out so fast. So the clock finally strikes and Sam and Mercedes are like, thank God we can finally talk to each other and not in Spanish. But right as they're about to speak, Shane appears and takes Mercedes away to lunch, and they both turn away dramatically and walk down the hallway in separate directions. And it really begs the question, what were these two going to say to each other? Because it literally looks like Mercedes forgot Shane existed right up until he said her name in the hallway. Like, her face is hilarious. What were they going to say? Again, I'm leaving that up to the fanfic girlies. So episode 13 rolls around, the Valentine's Day episode, and Valentine's Day is supposed to be a day of love. You see how Sam and Mercedes are wearing black in this scene? That is because they are both attending the death of their relationship. One of them anyway, because there's a few. Sam approaches Mercedes in the hallway with a Valentine's Day gift. So Mercedes tells Sam about the fact that she told Shane about the kiss, and he's like, that's super tough. I feel really bad for Shane. So like, you trying to kiss now or what? Mercedes tells Sam that until she can figure out who she is when it comes to relationships, she can't be with anyone. And then we get And I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, and she ate that up. She sounded so good on that song that Sam started crying in the choir room. She started crying in the choir room. Shane started crying in his flashback. And then I started crying. If I get broken up with and then they start singing And I Will Always Love You in front of people, that would be my last straw. My 13th reason. Like, how did they move on as a class from that dramatic display? You know what I mean? Like, if Sam's walking out crying and Mercedes is crying, like, did she just sit down after that? Did anyone go after Sam? I need to know what the group chat looked like that night. I know the New Directions group chat is so funny. And I know they have multiple group chats without certain people in it. I know that Rachel Berry is left out of a few group chats in that Glee Club. I'm certain. And then just to really twist the knife, that same episode, the God Squad sings Cherish Cherish, which is a very underrated cover. And the look that Sam gives Mercedes during that song just breaks my heart into a million pieces every single time. Like, Sam and Mercedes don't really interact with each other until about 2 episodes later for the Saturday Night Fever episode. Mr. She was tasked the Glee Club with singing songs from the Saturday Night Fever album, but he's using this assignment as an ulterior motive to get 3 of his seniors, Santana, Finn, and Mercedes, to figure out what they want to do after high school. Mercedes gives us an immaculate performance of Disco Inferno. Then she says that she wants to be a recording artist, but her only fear is that she has no idea how to achieve her dream, and she even wonders if she's even good enough to make it on the outside world. She says that her dad, who's a dentist, is not really as supportive of her becoming a singer because he feels like it's not a practical career. What Mercedes doesn't know is that Sam Yerner Evans has been recording the performance, and he decides that he is going to upload it to YouTube. Later in the episode, Sam talks to Mercedes and he's like, girl, I uploaded this video for you. And she's like, boy, why would you do that? So he shows her like all these positive comments about her singing. So after Sam shows her the video, he lets her know that she's going to be a big star and she 100% has his support. Sam and Mercedes kiss and get back together, guilt-free this time. No longer will they live in fear of the day they decide to attend a Coldplay concert together. They're safe. Glee got a lot of things wrong, but the one thing they got right, they made sure to give Mercedes a supportive boyfriend every time. You gotta give them their 10s for that. So the season goes on. Sam and Mercedes go to prom together. Later in the season, we find out that the video Sam uploaded got Mercedes signed to an indie label, and she is going to take extension classes at UCLA. Since Sam is a junior, after Mercedes graduates, they break up. We don't see it. It's implied. Nothing of note really happens between them during season 4. They mention each other a couple times, but like nothing really serious. I will say that a few of us Gleeks have determined that Mike Sadie's sailed for a little bit during season 4. It was a short voyage. Do we have hard evidence? No. But the breadcrumbs tell a story, should you choose to follow them. The Samcedes ship doesn't sail again until the end of season 5. And the ride is very rough, y'all. In season 5, almost all of the New Directions at some point end up in New York. Either they live there or they visit. Mercedes gets a brownstone. She decides to let Sam and Blaine move in. Of course, Sam is like,
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
but Mercedes is like, no, we're just friends. Whatever you think is gonna happen, not happening. Like, we can control ourselves. We're adults. This is fine. The situationship reignites. Mercedes is like, we should keep it like low key for right now. She doesn't really want to tell anybody. At least she doesn't want to tell her main friends because she ends up having Sam meet her backup singers before they even figure out what they are to each other. Unfortunately, I have to talk about this because it's a plot line for a whole episode. If I could get away from this, I would. In case you haven't noticed, Samcedes is an interracial couple. It's shocking. It's jarring, especially if you're one of those people who can't see color. Just know Mercedes is black, Sam is white. After 5 seasons with these characters, the show feels the need to remind you of that fact for some reason. Post-lobotomy Sam is in full effect here.
You guys have beautiful hair. Yeah, is this like is that a weave or is that real?
What? Oh, God. No, actually, both of us have real hair.
Long story short, Sam embarrasses himself at the dinner table in front of Mercedes' friends. The secondhand embarrassment I get when I watch that scene, it never goes away. It's always there. After dinner, Mercedes has a conversation with her backup singers, and they basically tell her that being with Sam is not a good look for her, especially as an R&B singer. No one's gonna want to buy an album from a black woman who's dating a white man and singing R&B. Can I just say that Glee was the last show that needed to have a conversation about what it's like for black women to date outside of their race. We don't need y'all to cook again, at least not in this department. We're good. We're not hungry. So Mercedes goes in the house and she tells Sam that, yeah, it probably wouldn't be a good idea for me and you to date each other. Not because you were acting like an ass at the dinner table, but because aesthetically, not a good look for us. The situationship is once again off. The people behind Glee, the cast and the crew, will straight up tell you that there were plenty of storylines that they wrote around the fact that they just wanted to use a song. And the song in question that gave us this storyline was Colorblind. And I love that song. It's on my Glee playlist to this day. I just don't like how we had to get to it. You know what I mean? Like, I wish we didn't have to do that to get that song. So Mercedes sings Colorblind to Sam, and they get back together, and they do in fact tell their friends that they are now official once again. So the next episode is what I like to refer to as the after school special episode, because it's basically sex ed, but with Glee. Even if you've never seen an episode of Glee, I feel like that would make this episode even funnier. Give this episode a shot. Just watch it. It's so funny. It's ridiculous. It gives us one of the best scenes in the entire show.
Sure, he feels bad enough.
No, Blaine, this isn't okay. Artie needs to be slut-shamed. I'm slut-shaming you, Artie.
Mercedes admits to Sam that she is a virgin because Sam had been passed around McKinley High School like a football.
Slut shame.
He tells us that he is not. Eventually in the episode, Mercedes preys on it, and she tells Sam that she wants to wait until marriage.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Okay, I love you, but I don't think I can get married in a couple weeks. We haven't even sent out invitations, and that takes a long time.
Sam struggles with it at first, but eventually he comes around, and it feels like it's resolved. It feels like we're at a good place. But unfortunately, this is going to come up again, and not in the best way. I like to give a shout out to Chris Colfer for this one, because he did in fact write this episode. Sam adopts a little tumbleweed of a dog that he names McConaughey, naturally after Matthew. He's like a little Tasmanian devil. He tears up the house. He's not a good dog. McConaughey also provides us with one of my favorite scenes from season 5 of Glee.
Don't you even speak. Don't you even look like you're about to speak to me. You just pack up that dog and you take him back where you got him. So help me, I will go full on Carcosa on you.
But Sam is like determined to train this dog and make Mercedes love it. So we get a nice cute little montage of Sam training the dog. He brings it back. Mercedes is like, that's great that you trained the dog, but I still don't think this is a good idea. Then Sam reminds the audience that he was in fact once a competent character, and that in seasons 2 and 3, when he was 16 years old, he made sure to take care of his family. And I once again have to thank Chris Colfer, because it feels like some people had forgotten that.
I took care of my whole family when they had nothing, okay? When they were as poor and as homeless as McConaughey. I made sure they ate. I made sure they had a roof over their head. I made sure my little brother and sister got to school on time. Me, Sam, the slacker.
So in that episode, we get Sam saying that he does, in fact, want to eventually marry Mercedes, have kids, have a dog, all that stuff. And Samcedes Nation cheered for all of 2 seconds because the next episode ruins absolutely everything. Watching this in real time was just not good for me. As I was like, what, 13, 14? I just knew romance was dead. The season 5 finale is... It's definitely television. It's definitely an episode of television. Sam is trying to boost his modeling career, and Mercedes is embarking on her tour. Sam is still struggling with the no sex thing, and it's made worse by the fact that he's a hot model surrounded by other hot models. He's got a beautiful, talented girlfriend. He's attractive, and then he's surrounded by other attractive people all day. I feel so bad for him. Out of nowhere, randomly in this episode, Sam and Mercedes' friends try to break them up. There's no build-up for this, and neither Sam nor Mercedes asked for this advice. All of this comes unprovoked for the characters and the audience alike.
Are you gonna break up with him before you go on tour?
Sam, I think you need to break it off with Mercedes. It's just the gentlemanly thing to do. We love each other.
I would never take relationship advice from anyone who's been in the new directions. You know what I mean? They're all so terrible at relationships. I cannot imagine what they would say to me that would benefit me. Like, they would be last resort. Like, everyone else has died, including cockroaches in an apocalypse. That's when I would go to them. You know what I mean? But Sam and Mercedes are like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but we're good over here, so y'all can keep that. Thank you, though. Later in the episode, 19-year-old Sam is basically harassed by the photographer at his photo shoot. She sends everyone out the room, and she asks Sam if he wants a beer. He's like, I'm underage. She's like, I won't tell anybody. It's a very uncomfortable scene to watch. They kind of portray it as like this scandalous type of thing, but it's not really scandalous. It's just straight up harassment, and it's uncomfortable. The photographer kisses Sam, and Sam immediately goes back to Mercedes, and he lets her know what happened. And we get a very, very well acted, very well written scene between them. And then they break up again.
If I do decide to change my mind and not wait, I'll give you a call.
Deal.
And it's so ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm thinking about it and I'm getting frustrated again. Like, getting a fan favorite couple back together for like 5 episodes and making it nothing but a roller coaster for those 5 episodes is just really, really cool.
There was supposed to be an episode where she lost her virginity to Sam, and I told Brad absolutely not.
Yeah.
He said, okay, well, what if instead of, because it was like a full-blown scene. No, I'm not doing it.
Right.
It would have been so awkward. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it would have read awkward. I also just feel like, it just wasn't what my character would have done. Mm-hmm. I just didn't feel that way.
Right.
And so, yeah.
But, we needed more drama. Whatever. It's Glee. In season 6, we find out that the Glee Club has been disbanded and Mr. Shu no longer works at McKinley High. So it's up to the former Glee Club members to start recruiting and get the Glee Club back together. This is what Sam says when he sees Mercedes for the first time.
Are you still a virgin?
Sam.
How's everybody?
What happened to hello? How are you? My name is. What happened to that?
A little later in the season, we get a very, very beautiful, underrated cover of Close to You from Sam. He's singing it to Mercedes. Mercedes is like, we're just friends, remember? Like, remember that conversation we had about us being friends? Yeah, that's us. And Sam is like, friends.
I said, you bad.
Mercedes tells Sam that she has started dating again. She found this new guy at the BET Awards who's a Christian rock singer. It's Glee. Now, Sam starts this season single, and because this is Glee, that's not allowed. So guess who Sam is romancing this season?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
They just did whatever they wanted in season 6, and we just had to let them. They took away my favorite ship and then gave me something I didn't like to replace it, and then they didn't even make it last. The last really important thing that happens between Sam and Mercedes is in the finale of the show. We get this moment.
Oh, did you hear about Sam? He already has a new girlfriend. Can you believe that?
Second one this month.
Well, then why does he keep texting me?
So it was confirmed in a deleted scene that Sam and Mercedes do in fact get back together. But as far as the canon of the show goes, that's it. That's the last of Sam and Mercedes we'll ever see on screen. That sentence right there, that's it. The fans have decided as a result that Sam and Mercedes did link up again. They got married, they had 2 kids, and they readopted McConaughey. I can confirm this because I was one of the singers at their wedding. An ending I would have liked for Sam, one would be, since he's so musically inclined, have him go on tour with Mercedes, put him in the band. Like, that way they could be together, they wouldn't have to worry. It'd be fine. Since Sam is such a movie nerd, have him be a composer for films. In fact, it'll be my headcanon that Sam has been working on the score for Avatar: Way of Water and Fire and Ash. Look out for Sam Evans' name in the new Avatar movie, because it'll be there, because I said so. Sam and Mercedes were honestly one of the healthiest pairings in the show, all things considered. They moved very sneakily. I don't like the cheating trope at all. There are some ships I'll let it slide for. This is one of them. These characters motivated each other, they grew together, and they sang some beautiful songs together. All 2 of them. Like, I wish I had a good, genuine, firm analysis as to why I like these 2 so much, but it really just boils down to they're just so cute, you guys. They definitely deserved a lot more than they were given as individuals and as a ship. The only way to really remedy this sunken ship would be if Amber Riley and Cord Overstreet were to do an Amazon rom-com together. All they need to get 5 stars out of me is a karaoke scene at a dive bar. If you watch this all the way through, thank you. I don't really have a closer for this. Just stand Sam. Stream Human Nature. Get those numbers up. If we get the numbers up for Human Nature, maybe we can reach out to Amber Riley and Cord Overstreet and get them to get back in the booth together. I don't care what they say. I will stream it.
But Sam and Mercedes came to talk to me, and, you know, I think they found it pretty helpful.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they broke up.
Gosh, they seem like such a good fit, too, right?
Just know that whoever I'm with or whatever I'm doing, I'd rather be doing it with you.
Sam just tweeted that I smell good.
Oh, it's not till it's trending.